technically I wanted to play one more just because the more I play her, this killer, it's just because the more I play this killer, the more I notice that I feel like they rushed her because I've been noticing that there's just some things that just do not work, especially with the chase. The chase is very, very janky in how it works sometimes. Also, ow. There is a couple of good things I like about her. I'll go over some things in the match if I can, but I'll just kind of play it by ear. Because there's just a couple things I'm just unsure about why they made decisions or like why some things work the way they are. So say the search. The only thing I can actually say about the search is because it's actually like the most, probably the thing that works the most out of this killer. Oh my goodness, I'm not gonna chase you. That sometimes it just does not lock. Okay, like right now, it just does not want to lock onto this gen. I have no idea why. It just doesn't. Like sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Holy frick! How did you do that? Like I'm aiming at it and it doesn't lock on. And it doesn't really matter because when it locks on, it just like goes next to the gen. So you could just put the marker next to the gen and that would do the exact same thing. Like just do this and it works. But sometimes you can go far like that accidentally. So sometimes it doesn't help. And sometimes the dog takes a while to come back as well. Especially if it's like a big map. Oh yeah, also there's some things with the UI. Not the UI, but like just the character herself. I don't fully know why, but sometimes she like loads into the game the same as like Spirit, where Spirit has that like glitch that has her camera like go right next to her. It's like the same exact thing with this killer. I don't know why though. Okay, that's the other thing. So Chase, this is weird. I may show it more in detail if I can. Okay, well that was just me being dumb. Okay, cool. It's hard to direct it, and what I mean is like, and also the cooldown can be a little shorter if it's if the dog's pallet stun. But then again, if the dog's pallet stun, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just, I would rather have it a little bit of a shorter cooldown. Holy frick. A little bit of a shorter cooldown may be better, but it's not the most, it's not the worst thing in the world. It may be, it's just how she's balanced and it's fine. But the chase, it has like a direction thing. So sometimes, I can't really show it right now. Here, let me hook this person and then I'll show it. So say it's like a wall, right? Like there's a wall here. It has like a direction. See how there's going there? But sometimes if you're wanting to go somewhere else, like say I'm wanting to go like here, but I'm trying to like minimize my movement. Yeah, you can unhook it. It like doesn't really, it's hard to show in this case, but it's like if I want, it was hard to explain here, but pretty much it's hard to have the dog go in the direction you want it to go, and if it does go in that direction, it sometimes collides into objects. Sorry, that's all I wanted to say in this. I just fumbled my words a lot. But it's more noticeable on indoor maps where there's like so many corners and so many directions that the dog can go. The game just kind of gets confused on like where you're aiming the dog. So that's another issue. My main issue about Chase though is its hitboxes. I feel like the dog collides on everything except the survivor. I mean, that doesn't really prove my point, but which, you know, but I think this is the main, I think that's the main thing with Chase, and I think that's what people are complaining about. Like, the dog, when you chase someone, does not really allow you to hit a survivor fully well unless they're running in a straight line. If they're running in a straight line, it's fine. But if they're like looping and stuff, it is for some reason so hard to hit people. Oh, see, that's another thing. Like, it's okay, that's a good example of what I meant before. Like, I don't know, like, there's a thing in the way. You can't really move the dog. It's like you can't like redirect it in the way you want it to go. Here's the best way I can explain it. With my other issue, the main issue, like the dog's collision. The dog collides on objects very easily. Like sometimes the dog just gets stuck on things. But the redirect, like that should have hit, I feel like right there. Like I feel like they should make the hitbox of the dog and the survivor bigger, but the dog and other like objects like less like big, so that the dog can just kind of slide along the objects, because the dog gets stuck on literally everything so easily sometimes. I feel like he may get stuck on this. No. Okay, never mind. If you play the killer, you'll notice. Like, it's not like I'm trying to, like, put shame on a killer. It's like, and it's, like, working well. There goes the redirect again. But it's just, okay, say like this wheelbarrow. I feel like sometimes the dog can get stuck on that instead of going to the window. Or, like, this, like, metal plate sometimes. It's kind of like a weird, it's like weird collision. It's kind of dumb. And that's another, okay, yeah, and then, but sometimes like the dog slides off. Like, I feel like the dog should slide off regularly off of objects like they do, like he does on survivors already. Because he slides off of survivors so easily. I did not notice the last gen being done. I'm not really paying attention. I'm just kind of trying to show the killer off and why I think she needs to be changed. Like, I like the killer. Like, I enjoy playing her, but she needs heavy tweaking. Like, what? Hi. She needs to be tweaked heavily. Here, I'll try not to. I'll try like chasing normally. See, that's another getting stuck. Okay. Again, if they're running in a straight line, I feel like that's what makes it work better. If they're just running in a straight line, I don't think the dog knows how to grab people when they're like turning or something. But say like right here where Sable was, it was like right in this area. The dog can should easily like go through here and just hit the survivor, but you saw it just slipped right by Sable, like without hitting her. And she was still in there. So it was like, I just feel like this was rushed. So the dog should have lower hitboxes on collision on objects, but should have a higher hitbox on survivors. The survivors hitbox bigger, but make like the dog's like hitbox or just the object's hitbox in general just smaller. I feel like that would just be easier control. They definitely need to change like redirecting, because I think it happens more on redirecting as well. Redirecting is just a little weird. The actual like direction control of like how much you can use the dog, like how much you can like control the dog and where it wants to go is like weird. Like it's just very wonky. And the search actually isn't that bad. I think the most reliable thing to do with this killer is search, because searching actually isn't that bad. Like it's probably like the least problematic thing. But yeah, no, just some problems. Maybe this will clarify why people maybe hate this killer and why she probably needs changes.